Hello there, welcome back to Crusader Kings and the Empire of Britannia. Last time we left with basically having, our ruler dead. And as a result of that, considering that the previous emperor, if we check the history here, because apparently I could not find him, Rufinus Device, we had a problem because basically he has 1,000,000 children, and for some reason Quintus is not among those children that he's my grandfather, apparently. So it's a direct line, but it actually means that we have claimants to the title that will try most likely to get at it. So until I can actually, fix some of the problems that I currently have due to, people being pissed at me more so than anything else, I'm going to have to play very carefully. Of course, we're going to slowly but surely just continue taking land, of course. But hopefully here I'll have to, if possible, I'm probably going to, probably not going to go for anything else just now. I might go for taking Karelen, for instance, or something like that. But even so, taking on Scandinavia right now is probably not the best idea. I kind of need to, again, secure Britannia. We have very few provinces here that are actually Hellenic, mostly due to how I distributed territory to begin with. But that's my problem. In terms of culture, we haven't had a single... we have had one flip, so we are kind of lagging behind on that too. So we definitely need to, again, just unite Britannia and build up a power base here, and that is again what I'm going to do. I'm going to be expanding mostly through, as I said, marriages, because again we are in kind of an awkward situation there. We cannot use the Holy War Casus Belli, so the only real way to expand as of now is by using other means of, well, casus belli. In our case, that will be again families, for instance, and things like that. We'll probably be relying a lot on it. Now, I think we're going to upgrade. Where's the one that makes people like me more? I'm tempted to just go noble customs here because legalism doesn't really help me a lot right now. You get vice royalties, crown authorities, centralized, and things like that. It's basically just laws. I have no idea. I should probably check out what the kingdom vice royalties are, but for now we're going to do an upgrade of noble customs because again I'll give a little bit of a opinion boost, and I think that might be a little bit helpful right now. We have a lot of people here are pissy at me, so again I do need to deal with this. If the Duke of Lancaster and Duke of Mercia, as well as that chief, goes against me, I'm going to be in trouble, because if we do a quick check here, the direct vassals, the Duke of Lancaster, Duke of Mercia, it's a pretty significant area. So if I basically don't have the money to basically keep mercenaries going, I'm going to get in trouble. So we're definitely going to be saving up quite a bit of cash here. The war isn't going quite as I thought it would. I lose more men per battle than I'd planned, and the sieges is going on forever. More manpower, more siege weapons is what I need. Perhaps a friend could assist me with this. I need no help. This war will soon be won. I think that is basically a safe one. He do like me a lot though, and he do have a bit of money, but I think we will just go with I need no help. I should probably ask for money just for a little bit of bonus, but can't care about that. I'm probably just going to keep on fighting these wars. Worst case scenario, I'll just have to go for white peace, something like that. Destroy their armies, etc. So the Duke Romanus here, he hates my guts, apparently. He's ambitious. So it would actually be kind of beneficial to actually imprison this guy. He's the Duke of Man, however, so he doesn't really have a lot of land. He just have the Cumberland and Isle Man. Cumberland, isn't that? He's actually taking this for himself, so it would be these two provinces that we need to siege. And potentially I could actually get some money from that. So I might be able to pull off something that could be useful. Now I'll just see if I can actually find anyone here who, well, apparently there's no one here to actually marry her away to. That would work. So just to keep, well, everything under control per se, I'm just going to marry her away to, let's just go with Lucius. That way the dynasty will to some degree keep on growing. I'll keep everything in control, not allowing it to get too large. Might get some detrimental effects, but I think I should be able to handle that. Caesar. The new Caesar could be interesting. Again, I'll be looking for people who actually have claims to marry my guys here. So I'll see if I can find someone suitable, and if I do, I'll get back to you. Couldn't find anyone with any claims other than basically the area down here. That's a little bit too far south for us to, well, start conquering. So I'm just going to go with this. It works, and basically, again, just growing the dynasties, I have people that I can hand land over to, etc. And to some degree, make sure that it always survives. It's basically a win-win situation to some degree. Siege of Tefut is just finished, so we're doing good on that Mark II. On a lark, I decided to travel among the common folk incognito with but a friend, a servant, and a bodyguard, as the right to a forest and arrow suddenly sprouts from the neck of my trusted guard. Shouting a warning, I ride like crazy to get away, and manage to outdistance the bandits, amateurs. So apparently there is indeed a plot here to kill me. And we are auto-stopping plots, but it depends on if we can actually do anything here of well, actual value, but it doesn't really seem like it. And as you can see, I'm earning a lot of money just from the prisoners I'm taking. Just a sweet 100 ducats here right away. Apparently I've gotten the daughter of the King of Scotland for some weird reason. Didn't even know that I had her in prison, but that's fine. I'm just going to allow this siege to continue, and apparently here the Severus here is going to join me in a war. So, well, Priest Severus will join in my defensive wars for apparently 5 years. Now, what are you guys actually doing here? They're attacking Moray Conquest of Carnoac. This one? No, they're actually going after their islands. That's actually fine. I can live with that. If they win a couple of battles here by themselves, that's good. Also, if they weaken their own troops, that's kind of helpful as well. But again, this is kind of the issue with how the current things actually are. We have an island here where I basically have all family members joined together. And of course, if there is a revolt or something like that, that is of course going to, well, harm me to some degree. I'm losing my humble terrain, unfortunately, so piety is going to, well, be a little... Well, sorry, it's not going to be a little below. I'm still earning quite a bit. But this war should basically be done. I'm probably going to hand it over to the one of these guys that hate me the least, or potentially is the youngest, just for safety's sake. And with this, the war is over. Oh, it's actually a Duke that was pissing at me. Well, Duke Felix the Seducer, you're going to be sitting in my dungeons for quite a while. I could ransom the prisoner. How about I ransom you? 145 gold. I think it's just safer to keep it in the dungeon. Yeah, honestly, it's probably just safer to keep it in the dungeon, as I said here, so we're going to do just that. I am going to wage a war on Scotland here, the conquest of Dunbar. And again, this is mostly just to keep everything at bay. My wife here is pregnant. Again, we do have all these claims will actually be inherited by a successor. So I could potentially use those claims as another character in the future, and of course that is good. Let's see here, got a claim on the county of Strathern. What now? I think I have been not thinking too much. What is my guys doing here? Strathern. Go to location. How about we just let it go? I don't think I have any interest in Strathern. I don't. I have no idea what I planned last time. That's kind of my problem right now. But it should be fine. We'll fabricate claims on Asturias, and we'll try and get from Hispania, fight the Umayyads, and hopefully make something work from there. But things are looking weird. Bedford has been converted. That is actually pretty damn good. Let's just continue with the X6 so we can get a nice little piece of converted land here that we can work from. And I'm just going to go ahead here and fight this war. It should be very straightforward, very easy. And do I want to take that claim? Might as well. And with that, I'll be moving this guy as soon as I can, which will be in November. So I'll just go ahead and allow time to pass. And hopefully here, we'll be attacking Asturias pretty soon. We'll have to see how that goes. Allies-wise, they don't really have anyone strong, as you can see. That's one of the reasons why I've decided to fabricate claims from them. But we'll sit back here and see what happens. Well, again, we get the same thing, but it's actually the exact same tax as last time. But apparently, yeah, I got imprisoned, and Vespian here is actually a guy that imprisoned me. So, can I get out of this prison? Thank you very much. Or I'm just stuck forever. I have no idea. It needs to be approved by my regent. So apparently, yeah, I am kind of in an awkward, very awkward, and very potentially damaging situation here with the regency. He is the spy master. Guess I'll just have to accept, but that actually makes me want to imprison you as soon as I can. So that sucks, but that means that I definitely need a new spy master, one that will not kill my ass, potentially. So this guy is not as good, but he will be helpful. I need to figure out this guy. I want to imprison his ass. People will get pissed, of course, but I'll have to see here. Does have a lot of money. He's just with single chief, though. So I think I might actually end up plotting to kill this guy, just because he's annoying. And this guy doesn't actually like me anymore. But I'll have to see how I want to deal with this guy. Again, I did lose a lot of money, but I guess it's better than dying, especially in my current situation. Again, this is kind of bad. Again, here you see the united force that my vassals actually have. 9,200 men. Probably 12,000 if you think about it. So if I don't play my cards right here, it's going to become quite a nasty war if they revolt, so to speak. So I'll have to see what actually will happen with that. But for now, it should be fine. I'll go ahead and clear out my dungeon, and once I've done that, I'll allow the war to end, and then I'll get back to you guys. Well, unfortunately, we just finished the siege basically, and as a result of that, we're going to enforce our demands here. We're going to take the province of Dunbar. And we had a funny little thing here of having some Catholic rebels rise up at the very same time. And of course that is not good. That is not beneficial to us in any shape or form whatsoever. I'm also a little bit unsure how I want to handle the, well, building of the army. If I want to add some more regular troops. I'll have to see, but for now we'll leave things as they are. And Dunbar is actually just going to be handed over to Marcellinus. He's not pissed at me as of yet, and I should be able to make something work there. So we'll have to see how that works. In terms of warfare, I should probably declare war on this guy before I did this, because apparently there's some people sieging, and I have no idea if my war now ended in a white peace. It didn't, which is good. But I'm going to challenge the Catholic uprising here. But I think I'm actually going to use the forces of my Levites to do that. And the reason for that is actually pretty straightforward. I have a feeling that if I use my regular forces, they might suffer some very bad losses. And even though this might not actually be a good idea either, in worst case scenario, I'll end up with a situation where I potentially here could lose enough troops to basically spark a revolt, but we'll see. I'll join up the forces, I'll fight the Catholic uprising here, and we'll see how things go. I came up with kind of a creative way to try and lessen the strain that my enemies have put on me, and that is actually appointing the rebellious dukes as leaders of the army. These are the 3 dukes with basically the least or worst opinions of me, and if I'm lucky, 1 or 2 of them might die, which would be hilarious. Now, as you can see, the rise of the Shia has actually happened. It's basically a schism in Islam, where you get Sunni and Shia Muslims, and I have read that and went so many times that I'm just going to leave it as is, I think. But again, we're doing really well. We managed to end the revolt without any problems whatsoever. I have no idea why I can rest in heaven. I got diligence, so that's positive. It's actually a pretty good upgrade in terms of basically every single one of my stats. +1 to everything, vassal opinion +10, same trade opinion +10, so in theory this should definitely help lessen the strain. Why can't I declare war on you? Ah, my bad. Yes, I definitely need to play more of this because I did something hilariously stupid there, but let's not talk about it. Basically, I forgot to do a very simple Levi's cannot be raised when you declare war change, and that was my mistake. Should probably realize that far sooner. My uncle. I have an uncle that's younger than me. That's kind of interesting. I guess it could work. We'll go with this. No. Basically, I could potentially get some extra claims, and that is, of course, wonderful. Now, this army is actually going to be a little bit, well, it's going to be a little bit of a ping pong, but at least I'll just have to do one siege, and then we will be done with the war. So I'll allow that siege to start. But we're going to end it here. We didn't really have much happening, but we did at least so far avoid a revolt, I think, and hope that we'll be able to do so in the future. The lower crown authority in England has grown stronger, and it's at 7,400 men right now, so that's its problem. I am tempted to again hire a mercenary squad, but I think I can't. I don't think I can afford that right now. So worst case scenario, I'll just have to lower the crown authority, which means that vassals can fight each other, and again that is kind of a problem. But if it's just for England, then things are going to get a little bit interesting here, because I think this overrules whatever happens in England, so we'll have to see what we want to do there. But we might go ahead and invade Spain or Asturias next time. We'll have to see. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.